Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody's having an amazing Friday. So, guys, we want to try a little something different. And while we realize that this is a platform to help you build your online business, and we know how critical that is, we also want you to realize that even as we build our online businesses, it's critical where we spend our money and what we do with our buying power. And I'll be the first to admit that I don't always do my due diligence on these companies as I'm spending money with them. But I also have to admit that I do know the power of money, especially the power of being able to generate our own revenue. So with that being said, there's a couple of things that we're going to have to do going forward. Going forward, we want to make sure we spotlight and profile um, Black businesses, period. So you know where to go to spend your money. And we want to vet those Black businesses and hold them accountable for doing what they need to do to have the level of customer service that we expect. At that same token, we've got to know where to spend our money and where not to spend our money. And there's definitely some companies that we need to call out, that we need to be careful of, because and we're gonna make a list. I'm gonna make a list this morning, and I'm gonna say why. And some of the feedback we want to get from you guys this morning is, what do you want to see different now that change is upon us? However it came upon us, and it came upon the straw that broke the camel's back, which was the passing of George Floyd. But to be honest, our Black men and Black women and Black children have been dying for years. And if we want to bring that to a halt, and not only that, because there's no price to human life, but also to ensure the that the generational wealth, that our future families are protected and have some level of equality. We can't just say we want change. We have to call out what change it is that we want, and we have to be diligent towards driving that change. And for everybody that's saying they want change too, that's outside of the Black race, holding them accountable for doing something different. You can't just say, Amazon, you want change. You can't just say, Reddit, you want change. You can't just say, Target, you want change. We've got to stop donating to those causes and to those people that do not proliferate change. So we want to hear from you guys, not only what do you need from us, but also what do you need in general, because we plan on being advocates for getting you to where you need to be for your next level. Chanel, what do you think?
I just think that wisdom is power, right? Having knowledge, understanding how to apply it. A lot of times we don't know just how powerful we really are. We sit down day to day and we think nothing ever is going to change without understanding that we could be the change. It doesn't take, you know, years and years. It just takes people. It takes people with like minded morals and thoughts and ideas that can shift this atmosphere. We just saw it happen. So, will you be a part of the next shift? And what part will you play in that? So,
And what
because,
does that look like? Because, like you said
yeah.
earlier, Chanel, it's more than just, oh, we're going to get out and vote.
Hmm.
Our prison system needs reform. Our voting system needs reform. Our economic system needs reform. Our corporations need reform. And part of it is we need to have the money to be able to fight systemic racism, gender inequality, racial profiling, you name it. We've got to stop sitting back and just taking whatever happens to us and being like, oh, well, I can't change it. And I'm a firm believer that everybody's money matters. And collectively, that $1.2 trillion that we're spending with banks that don't care about us. Let me tell you something, I'm very mad at all of my banks. I have at least 3 banks, and none of those banks reached out to me and said, I have 3 banks and 2 different investment firms, and none of them reached out to me and said, come get your small business money here. I just got a letter from Chase a week ago saying, oh, now you can apply for PPP. Why are you telling me that now? Good morning, Bliss Beauty. Where were you a month ago? Where were you in April? You was taking care of your big clients, or what you consider to be your big clients. We've got to start moving our money around in a way that makes financial sense for us. Who is giving back? Who is putting grants out there? These folks at this point, they need to put their money where their mouth is. Sis, if you got denied, you need to get somebody to look at your paperwork and reapply. And if you need help with that, inbox me, because they are killing us with paperwork. They are beating us up with rules that we don't have access to. If anybody under the sound of my voice did not get approved for the emergency disaster loan, if you didn't get approved for PPP, reach out to me and let me give you a resource to help you. It's not a free resource, but it's help, because that money is being handed out at the speed of light. And because we don't know the rules of the game, we're getting denied. And there are rules. There are rules, and they're not telling you because they don't even know the rules. You shouldn't be getting denied, folks. You should not be getting denied. If you're getting denied, and then this goes back to this is why you need community. And let me tell you why. When this money first came out, I called all my clients together, didn't I, y'all? And I said, this is what we're going to do to apply. Let's work to understand what the rules are, what we need to submit. And even the ones that got denied now understand what they need to do to be ready for the money the next time. See, a lot of the things that are causing us to be denied is not something that we just know automatically. Come to find out, even as much money as I make, I had some shit set up wrong. Come on now. Come on now. Because there's no playbook for getting this bread. So we're out here trying to figure out everything as we go. And that's one of the reasons we created that grant, y'all, is because we know some things that you don't know about being eligible for money, about getting startup capital, about being able to leverage where you are in business to get what you need to continue. We can't keep building businesses by our bootstraps until we get to the point where we have just as much economic power as everybody else. Things are not going to change. As a matter of fact, what I think I'm going to do is I think I may get with a couple of people and just do a whole webinar on what you need to do, the things you need to look for to be able to get this money and get access to this money, because the money is still out there and the money is still open. And the bottom line is it all goes back to, and here's the thing, sometimes you have to invest in the knowledge you don't have. And what that means is you may end up having to pay somebody to get your paperwork in a position for it to be turned in. But you can't deny that paying somebody a certain amount and you being able to get thousands on the back end is a win for everybody. We've got to learn how and what to invest in, and that things are not free. We also have to realize, and guess what? It doesn't even matter the size of your business. Businesses of any and all sizes qualify. You've got to know that there is money being just thrown out there right now. And if you're not in a position where you are in a community that's sharing that information with you, I shared information on 2 grants yesterday. Turned around, and this is just in my startup capital group. I'm going to share it with my mentees today. Grants where they're giving away tens of thousands of dollars. If you're not in a community that is sharing information like that, then you got to make an investment to get on the inside. Nobody is out there going to war by themselves right now. You can't afford to. So if you haven't already applied for the grant, go to bit.ly/freewomen2020. We created our own grant program so that you could have access to some knowledge that you need to level the playing field. You got to understand that it is so much opportunity out there. But if you don't know where to look, it just becomes this big empty field. If you're out there by yourself, it just becomes this big empty field. Chanel?
I think the other part of it, Coach, is start asking for help. Everybody not out to screw you over. Everybody's not out to see you fail, or there are some, but you should have enough discernment to see who's been placed in your life to assist you to your next level. A lot of you guys are stuck where you are because, number one, you didn't ask for help, or you asked for help and you didn't recognize it when it showed up because it didn't come the way you thought it was supposed to come, doesn't look the way you thought it was supposed to look, and it's not free.
D. Morris said, I applied for PPP, and with the help of Coach and her team, I was approved. I know at least 80% of the people around me were approved for EIDL, PPP, or both. And I told them that we're going to be more equipped outside of the pandemic than we were going in before the pandemic, because you need this money to invest in your business. And we're not talking about $5 or $10. We're talking about tens of thousands of dollars.
Real money.
Real money in your bank
account. Unless the Fed's listening, what money? But real money.
Aisha said, I was approved the first go around. And there's so many business owners that have not even put their application in. I talked to somebody and she was like, well, I don't want to have to pay the money back. I said, well, let's talk about that. It's a loan at 1% interest. So PPP, if you do the right thing by it and make payroll, you can get that money forgiven. So you're not going to owe that money. The EIDL, they had a grant portion and they had a loan portion. The loan is deferred for 18 months, I think, at a 1% interest rate. So if you owe credit cards, if you owe a credit card 15, 20%, you owe a car loan at 12 and 14%, you take that 1% money that's spread out over 5 or 10 years and you pay that off. You got to learn what's good money and what's bad money. And anybody offering you 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 at 1% interest, baby, that's good money. But so many of us don't put our name in the hat. So many of us, or put our name in the hat, get denied, and sit with that. What I told y'all, Berlin, about getting denied?
Reapply.
I said find out what they're looking for,
right,
and reapply.
Reapply.
Find out what they're looking for and reapply again.
Mhm.
There's no limit on how many times you can reapply. Call and ask them questions. Why wouldn't I approve and reapply? More importantly, the Bible says in all of your getting, get an understanding. Once you get an understanding as to why you were not approved, you can fix it. Listen, the tides of change are coming, and we can't demand change. They said your credit score did it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Let me tell you. So they have never been through this process before. And I know people with lower credit scores than you that got approved. They're sending out form letters. They got to tell you some reason you was denied. And if your credit score is that low, guess what? Shame on you for not fixing it. There's a million ways to fix your credit. When the year started, what did I tell y'all? What did I tell my clients? I said, we know cash is king, but we know credit is queen. And so inside of our mentorship program, I created a personal accountability program for credit. It's not a credit training. It's accountability to make sure you're checking your score, that you're disputing things that are no longer accurate and no longer relevant. And those people have been increasing their credit score 50, 60, 100 points and getting approved for stuff. We know what to do. We just are in denial. And we've got to stop being in denial about this money. And we got to take our money on face-to-face. And if we got to do it, guess what that means? And if you haven't shared this broadcast, invite somebody else. It means that the people we're spending money with, we got to hold them accountable too. Now, y'all know it's going to break my heart to stop ordering shit from Amazon. I love me some Amazon. But until Amazon do right by me, I'm going to have to leave them where they at. I love Amazon. I love Walmart. But until Walmart stop giving the money to them people that don't mean me no good, I got to leave Walmart alone. And sometimes that means you just need to keep your money in your pocket.
I just want Starbucks to do right. Starbucks do right.
Girl.
Starbucks do right.
This is officially my last cup of Starbucks until they become mean people. They got to say what they mean and mean what they say. And what I mean by that is you can't say Black Lives Matter and then tell your staff they can't wear a black. So what you saying is you scared you going to offend somebody.
Come on now.
But now I'm offended.
Offended.
This is my last cup. Till they do something different. Put your money where your mouth is. Realize that while you running around, we got to have a whole conversation about how we do other Black people in business.
Come on now. Oh, that's
I'm going to do a whole week after next called Blackonomics. And Blackonomics, we're going to tell the truth about how we treat others in business, about how we spend our money, about how we shouldn't be spending our money, and about how we can make more money. But we're going to publish a list during that week to tell you who not to fool with and why. At the end of the day, if you don't respect my color, you don't respect me.
And if you can't feel what we going through, I can't give you no more money. You know, Coach, it reminds me of A Time to Kill, when those men killed their baby and nobody would stand up for that child until they could picture her being white. That was a statement. They brushed past that. It wasn't a whole lot of controversy about the book. You know, wasn't a whole lot of controversy about the movie, other than, you know, Samuel and Matthew killed it. But what about the underlying message that white America, you can't sympathize with the Black situation unless you could picture yourself. It's, you know, sometimes you ought to just look at something and say it's wrong.
You know, it's been so much wrong though. Let's talk about it. I understand how it can be hard for them to admit that your great great grandfather sailed across the ocean blue and stole my ancestors from their heritage, from their homeland. You brought them here and you beat them in their back to make them build your establishments, to make them build your infrastructure. You murdered them, you raped them, you called them out their name, you dismantled their family. That's some embarrassing shit. I would be embarrassed too. So you kick the dust over it and you try to minimize it because it makes you feel bad. But guess what? I don't give a damn about you feeling bad. You can't feel worse than I feel.
Can't. I just want to know how they would feel sitting next to another student in the classroom going over American history and hearing about how their families came over on the Mayflower and their families have a direct line to Louis VIII. And when it's my turn to learn about my history, I was a slave.
Oh, or if they even do you the benefit of giving you a slave distinction, because in the new history books, they're trying to say we was immigrants.
Yeah, we participated.
We participated willingly in the building of this. Come on now.
It was our pleasure.
We've got to outline what it is that we're going to work on that's going to bring about systemic change. And not only that, we got to understand we got to stop playing small, stop playing slow, stop holding back our gifts and our purpose, and being willing to do Good Morning Forgiveness lifestyle, be willing to do whatever it takes to level the field economically. And I've been telling y'all, the internet is the way. People don't know what color you are on the internet. People don't know what gender you are on the internet. This is a tool you can use to grow your business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So for you not to grow your business, shame on you. For you not to invest to get that next level education, shame on you. You're not going to figure it out by yourself. I had to invest heavily to figure it out. And we got to stop playing like we don't know no better, or we can't do no better, or like the rest of the world is so much better than us. Let their culture go. Leave them they Louis Vuitton bags.
Yes.
Leave them they Gucci bags. Leave them all the shit that they don't want us in anyway. Gloria Vanderbilt been told us she don't want us to wear her shit. Tommy Hilfiger, he been telling us we got enough culture to sustain even with what you stole from us.
Yeah.
We still got enough swagger that you want to be dark like us, and you want to have curly hair like us, and you want to have braids and dreads and all of this like us.
Full
Come on,
lips
y'all.
and butts and
Come on now. Come on, Verlene.
everything.
Tell them again.
I said them full lips and butts and
You spending
everything.
tens of thousands of dollars to get the lips I was born with.
Right.
Coach, can
Tens of thousands of dollars to get the booty I was born with.
we just say one thing? This is gonna be, y'all gonna be mad. You take a Caucasian woman, give her big lips, a big booty, braid her hair up and put her in front of us, and even you brown people flocking around her. She's so beautiful. She's just so amazing. She's so fine.
The Kardashians.
Kim
Girl.
Kardashian, J-Lo. Come on, y'all. I'm
Girl.
like, our booty's been big for years.
Booty's been big. Y'all need to stop giving your credit
Come on now.
to other people, what they
Come on.
stole, the beauty they stole from you.
And then call you ugly when the pale one looked
Right.
just like you. We got to do better.
CC, I hope you signed up for that grant, baby, where you can get you some help. Because Google.com can't teach you but so much. Especially when it comes to your worth and being able to create products and services that cost more that people will pay you for. Y'all spend good money to go to these white folks' school. Hold on, wait a minute. I had to say it. Y'all spend good money
Y'all
to go to the white folks' colleges and institutions of higher learning, and you leave there with a piece of paper that barely qualify you to work at McDonald's.
What do you really learn? You learn their history.
No, you
their
learn how to get along
economics.
with white people.
You learn You learn how to
That's
be
what you.
politically
That's what you
correct.
learn in the. That's what you learn in the college.
Yeah.
You learn how to blend in. You learn how to hold your emotions in. You learn how to complete dumbass projects on time. You learn all the things that will not teach you how to make a living for yourself or your children. Beauty Fit 242, you qualify for the grant even though you're in the Bahamas. Go to bit.ly/freewomen2020 and get your name in the hat. So at some point, you got to say to yourself, who do I love most? And stop celebrating everybody other than yourself. Celebrating all these celebrities that ain't no different than you. Please tell me why y'all flocking around some Real Housewives as if they doing anything you can't do. Stop perpetuating mess and foolishness. I don't want to watch any television show where my sisters can't get along without degrading, denigrating, and talking low to each other for more than 5 minutes. I don't want to see that.
And fighting. We 40. What we fighting for?
I don't want to see that. We too old for that. bit.ly/freewomen2020. That's how you apply for the grant. So when it's all said and done, you got to do something. We're not saying that they've been right all this time. Queen Biz said her white teacher told her because she had lupus, she didn't want to touch her. But now that's just ignorance. Baby, some shit you can't let ignorance hurt your feelings. That's like somebody saying, because I got vitiligo, they don't want to teach me because it's gonna rub off. Because I'm black, they don't want to touch me because it's gonna rub. Because I got alopecia and my hair falls out. They don't want to touch me because they hair fall out. Some shit is just retarded. And you know we ain't supposed to say that word either. But let me tell you why I say that word. I say that word because that's the fucking word you taught me in school. When I was in school, the word you taught me was what? Come on now, y'all. What word did they teach you, Chanel?
Yeah, yeah, retarded. That just means
But now
it's a
you
word.
want to clean shit up because really behind closed doors, you still calling me an N-word.
Yeah,
But you want to screen my speech and say everything I say is wrong. If I say blind, no, it's visually impaired. If I say deaf, no, it's hearing impaired. If I say retarded, you say no, it's developmental disability. You want to make up all this shit to cover up your inherent hate of everybody different than you. Just because you call that shit a different name, don't mean you respect people anymore.
yeah.
Oh, because you don't call it retarded anymore, that means you respect that. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. You either respect people or you don't.
A lot of those titles and things shift with benefits. You know, if you call it something else, the benefits don't have to
That's
be
the
assigned.
game. And
It's all
that's
a
why
money
we got to
game.
work together. And that's why I'm telling y'all, all of y'all that was denied for PPP or EIDL, you need to reapply because it's just a paperwork game. I'm going to get on the calendar and see when can I host that event. Because y'all need to know. Y'all need to know that it's another way. Because here's the thing. I talked to the lady and I said, why didn't you apply? She said, because I don't have payroll. I said, girl, don't you pay yourself? Oh, I do pay myself. Well, fool, that's payroll.
We just got to do better.
It's semantics.
We got to do better. And it's too
It's
much
all a
knowledge
game.
out here. It's too much knowledge out here. It's too many people that know how to do what you need to get done for you to sit around with your mouth shut and your needs unmet. You know, coach, I don't even, I wish people would go back to reading and researching for more than just a college paper. It's so many things in books that will set you free. Free from self-hate, free from racism, free from poverty.
Glenda, that's incorrect. Glenda, that is incorrect. As of this week, EIDL has opened back up for more than agriculture. So let me tell you something. I am the money maestro. I stays on top of my money. What day was that I put? Was that day before yesterday? It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. That EIDL reopened for small businesses. And look, let me tell y'all something about me and what I stand for. I stay reading, I stay learning, I stay on top of my money because I got to know what to tell my clients. My clients pay me to keep them paid. And so 3 days ago, I shared a link with my clients where EIDL is open and has reopened for more than agricultural loans. Thanks for the correction, but no thanks. I got it.
I just reapplied.
And it is accepting new applications.
Yep, I just applied this morning, just now while I was sitting here.
So just FYI, see that's again, I'm not gonna get on a platform and steer people wrong. I'm gonna do my due diligence before I show up. I got a responsibility to my clients. I have a responsibility to the people that follow me. I got a responsibility to my race and my culture to be right. And I didn't just share the link to the EIDL. It's other grant money out there that they giving away at the speed of light.
Yep.
And I'm sharing links at the speed of light.
Yep.
So yeah, when it comes to the bread and where the bread is being sliced, and when you go get you a couple pieces to make you a sandwich, I'm gonna stay on top of that. I'm very, very, very serious about everybody having access to the money. Yeah, like I said, Glenda, I appreciate you trying to help, but yeah, it's my job to stay on top of that. And we are, like I said, we're losing tens of thousands of dollars. We're losing tens of thousands of dollars because we don't know how to play the game. We don't know how to fill out the paperwork. We don't know to reapply. I'm going to ask until my asker breaks. I'm going to ask till my teeth fall out my mouth. I'm going to ask till my eyebrows fall out. I'm going to ask till them people say, don't ask no more. And then I might ask again. And this is the benefit of community, because it takes all of us. It takes every single one of us to take advantage of, oh, just you wait. Just you wait. These companies are about to start throwing bread at minority-owned businesses, throwing bread at women-owned small businesses, throwing bread at disabled veteran-owned businesses. And I'm gonna make sure that I stay on top of my research so that me and my clients are on top of the bread. Ain't nothing better than other people's money. Absolutely nothing. So guys, we got some steaming hot content coming down the pipe, because we want to position everybody to get the money that they need, to get the money that your ancestors worked for, to get the money that you deserve, that you are worthy of, that the Bible speaks of at this next level. I'm not a magician. I told y'all I'm just a potter's assistant. You the clay, you on his wheel. All I do is show up and help you manipulate the clay, what he put in your hands, to help you generate the revenue that he intended you to have in the first place. We wasn't supposed to be broke in the first place. We wasn't supposed to be less than in the first place. Stop letting people talk you out of your biblical abundance. Stop letting people convince you that they're better than you and you're not good enough. And more importantly, going forward, we need to hold these brands accountable for doing what they say they're going to do. And guys, if you need some help, we created the grant program before COVID. We created this grant program before George Floyd. We created this grant program because we are serious about helping Black women get to their next level. So everybody needs some help to be able to understand, how do you get to that next level and what that next level looks like. bit.ly/freewomen2020. Don't not apply and then come back and complain about the status of your business, or that you're not making money, or that things are not adding up for you. The money is popping up all around us. Stop tripping over dollars to get the nickels and dimes. All right? We love you guys. Have an amazing day. And I'm going to get back to you guys ASAP about hosting something to show you how to get this small business money that's available. Love you guys.